So, this is your sign that you are ready to make a change. I'm doing a 30-day challenge for myself. Every day, I'm going to make a YouTube video and I'm going to talk about something either from one of my tarot decks or oracle decks that I have. I'm going to pull a card and I'm going to talk to you about what it says. And I hope that it resonates with you. So today, I'm going to be pulling a card from the Seer Tarot deck by Chris Ann. It's a beautiful deck. You might have seen it. And today's card is 10 of Swords. That's the card right now. 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is usually the card of being overwhelmed, burnt out. And this card right now is saying that you are allowed to take a break. You are allowed to put yourself first. You are allowed to think about your needs. And you are allowed to consider that the burnout that you've been experiencing is something that's telling you that you need to take a break. And I've been in that situation. In fact, I've been in that situation a lot the last couple of years. And a lot of times we don't pay attention to our own body when we are burnt out, when we are either in a situation where we have just been putting up with so much crap, or we've been giving so much of our energy, so much of our time, and not really seeing a return on that. And not necessarily in a transactional way, but even in any kind of return of energy, that's something that can be very difficult to maintain. And when that happens for long enough, you can reach a point of burnout, at which point a lot of things can happen. So the woman in this picture is staring off in the distance, and there's a bunch of birds flying above her head, flying away, flying in the same directions that she's looking, but she's all alone on this hill. And it looks to me like she's just done. She's walking away. And the birds are maybe the dreams and hopes that she had, which is why she was hanging on for so long. And at some point, she's done. And in some of the other decks that I have, some other tarot decks that I have, this card is represented in a different way. Sometimes it's somebody who has 10 swords or blades of some kind, stabbing them, and they're lying on the floor completely beaten. This one is more of a, hey, you know what? I'm picking up, I'm moving on. And that matters because for each deck, in each deck, there's art. There's a spirit of the artist, of the person and the people who made that deck. And in this one, the message is that maybe it's time to just look around and consider what you haven't been paying attention to. What else is there? Maybe you've been focused on one person or one relationship or one workplace environment, one career, or one type of situation, or one organization, or one cause or movement. And you have ignored other things. Maybe you've ignored your health. Maybe you've ignored other people in your life. Maybe you've ignored other possibilities. And this person, you, me, it's time to look at what else is there. Because burnout does not mean the end of everything. It means the end of that thing, the thing that burnt you out. And usually burnt you out because you put so much of yourself in there. You ground it out, you put up with a lot of crap. You thought that you could change it from the inside. You really hoped that you were on the right side of things. You really hoped to make it work. And a lot of times you were probably ahead of your time. It's not your fault. It's not even necessarily the fault of other people, although it might seem that way. Maybe just they're not ready. They're not ready for whatever it is that you are trying to help them achieve or get to or be or do. And I've been trying to practice this sort of radical self-acceptance as well as a kind of radical forgiveness, for lack of a better term. And it's not easy, but it comes after some time, after you've given yourself time to rest and to reflect and to go on a bit of a healing journey where you are allowed to consider that you went ahead with something and you chose to be somewhere where you were not appreciated. Maybe you didn't get what you thought you were looking for. And then you have to think about why, right? So that you don't repeat the same mistake. And it could be that you were impatient, maybe. Maybe you wanted something before the other people or person were ready. Or maybe you thought you could accelerate their growth process because you thought that you were going to be a catalyst for that kind of growth. Or maybe you have a tendency to go into things that are a little bit outside of your reach. That's possible. We do that too. We reach out, aim for the stars kind of thing. And when that happens, that can also be a way to avoid doing the things that are everyday things that are not as glamorous. Working on yourself little by little, your health, your family, your people who rely on you, pets, animals, things you can do in your vicinity, in your neighborhood, in your immediate surroundings. That kind of responsibility is often some people, we have a tendency to have these big, beautiful dreams, and it's okay to have those, but we also have to be grounded. And I always found that figure who is stabbed with the 10 swords or daggers and then lying on the ground, just like, done. But it's almost like they were like fighting for so long. Maybe they needed to come back to earth. Maybe they needed to connect with the energy of the earth, stability of Mother Earth. And that's a time to do that. When you're burnt out, just be humble. Get down to your roots. Get down to nature. Get down to the earth. Sit with the earth, literally, if you can. Sit with the earth. Sit on the earth. Sit on the ground. Where I am, it's a little cold still, but you know what I mean. And it's okay to do that. We don't always have to just be flying in the air. We don't always have to just be looking at the stars. And when you are burnt out, that's a time to rest. Because if you don't, your body will make you rest. Sometimes by getting sick. Sometimes by getting injured. That's happened. That's happened to me, and it's happened to people I know. And then sometimes it's like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of taking this for granted, whatever. So sometimes there are messages in how your body communicates back to you. In any case, I hope that you take this opportunity to allow yourself to take a break and to know that, yes, you might be burnt out and it's okay. It's just a sign that you need to change your perspective. Withdraw your energy from whatever it is that has caused you to feel burnt out, and direct that energy towards healing yourself and figuring out why you ended up in that situation and how to avoid doing that again, so that you can put your energy and your limited time on this planet in this form in a place where you will actually get some results that will be fulfilling for you, that will be meaningful for you. Because we can kind of chase all kinds of things until the cows come home. But we have to choose what we chase. We have to choose what we put our energy into. So be burnt out. There is a beauty in that. Be close to the earth and look around at what else is going on, because I can promise you there's other stuff going on. Stuff you haven't paid attention to. Slow down and take your time. If this resonated with you, I would love to have your subscription here. Hit subscribe down below. Like the video if you liked the video. I'll be doing these videos a lot. So come back and I'll read you another card. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.